Greetings, everyone. You have certified personal growth and development coach and certified law of attraction specialist Keith Young back once again with another personal growth and development message for you to continually learn how to use more of your potential by giving you these videos on personal growth and development. I haven't been on or made a video in a short time here because I've been recovering from some surgery and stuff, but I'm going to be covering over the next few videos just how is it that our subconscious and conscious minds are connected and how we get our habits and beliefs within there. I'm going to be going a little bit more in depth on that, as well as making excuses, why we make excuses in our life to keep us stuck exactly where we are in life. In fact, I'm going to be releasing a new 3-week program that I'm going to be doing later on this month. And it's about how to eliminate excuses. But let's just talk a little bit today about self-handicapping. I find that phrase quite interesting. We heard about sabotaging, self-sabotage before, sabotaging our success and our abundance, and because of our current beliefs and habits that we have. Well, what about excuses? See, psychologists place excuse making in the self-handicapping category. And it's a behavior that we express that hurts our own performance and motivation. And it's a way of us not using more of our potential. First of all, I'm sure many of you have heard about, fulfilling your potential, living up to your potential, or he's using all of his potential. I believe we all have unlimited potential. We just have different levels of potential. Because once we get to a certain level, we have the choice to either stop at that level or continue to reach for the stars, so to speak, and use more of the potential that we have. But let's get back to excuse making. You see, it serves as a distraction. This self-handicapping serves as a distraction of sorts that prevents us from achieving the current task at hand. But it stems from a deeper unconscious desire to protect ourselves, our ego, if you will, if you ask Freud, against any anxiety and shame. See, excuses aim to shift the focus from issues pertaining to our sense of self to issues that are relatively less important. So why is it that we just make excuses, and why do we keep making excuses? Or there are many reasons why people make excuses. In fact, everyone has a variety of reasons for making them. However, we mostly only make excuses for the following reasons, and a lot of it has to do with fear. So it's the fear of failure, or the fear of embarrassment, or fear of change, or fear of uncertainty, fear of responsibility, fear of making mistakes, perceived lack of self-confidence or resources. You see, to successfully eliminate excuses, we must first look at removing all traces of fear, because fear traps and locks us away in the confines of our own created comfort zones. And these comfort zones were created by us. However, for the most part, fear is very much misunderstood, because our fears typically emerge due to the lack of understanding, information, resources, experience, or perspective. If for any reason you lack in these areas, you naturally struggle with self-confidence. You will therefore tend to make excuses for your life and circumstances in a feeble attempt to boost your self-esteem. However, all you're really doing is creating the illusion of security. So let that sink in. You see, when we get up in front of a crowd, let's say, because most people have a fear of public speaking. It's not the fear of public speaking, it's the fear of the underlying reasons. Will you get embarrassed if you make a mistake? Or what if you can't answer a question that somebody asks? You see, that's the fear of embarrassing yourself. And will people laugh at me? Or what will people think of me? All of those are the underlying fears that cover the fear of public speaking, as just as an example. So you have to dig a little bit deeper. And because of that, we get very creative and self-handicap ourselves. We get very, very creative in making excuses as to why we don't do something, why we don't get up and speak in front of people, or we just, whatever your situation is, whatever your fear is, whatever you're trying to overcome, we make excuses because it's the lack of something, the lack of information, the lack of understanding, the lack of experience or perspective. And we focus in automatically on what can go wrong rather than what can go right. So stop making those kind of excuses and start asking yourself, well, what can go right? What do I need to do or learn? What information do I need in order to overcome this so that I can, and you can fill in the blank there, reach my goal, overcome this fear that I have of this, whatever this is to you. So again, I will be releasing probably by the end of this week a 3-week course. I'll give you the dates. The dates will be later on this month. Probably the last couple of weeks of this month and then the first week going into the following month. And this is going to be helping you overcome these excuses in your life, give you the information you need, give you different resources, understanding, perspective, and tools to overcome these fears in your life and overcome this excuse making that's keeping you stuck where you are and using less of your potential rather than more of your potential. Again, if you always want some a little bit more help with anything, you can schedule a free session with me at just email me to schedule it at keith@innergamemagic.com. And as always, go ahead and, if you're on Facebook, go ahead and like my page, like this video. If you're on YouTube, go ahead, hit that subscribe button down there so you can get more videos that's coming up as well. And as always, I wish you much abundance, prosperity, and success. So until the next video, stay safe, stay healthy.